Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, he was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusia will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me, so I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece. Missile inbound, evade!
Strider 1, turn lines to the north. Head that way back to the center. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle of Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. No, it's real funny.
Fox 2.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Strider 1 got one. Allied down!
Missile.
Miss!
Fox 2.
Target acquired. Strider 1, hostile on your 6. Missile, break hard!
Strider 1, locked on target.
Bandit hit! Gotcha, pal!
I'm on my target's tail.
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They could use some air support.
I need to get away! Breaking!
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Enemy doesn't want us to establish a base here. That's why they fear our presence.
Graham 7, attack failed. Locked on hostile.
Warning! Missile in the air! That's a hit.
Enemy's got a lock. Locked on. Right target, attacking.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Strider 1 has destroyed the target. Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital! We've got flies floating around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them. Stop these guys before it's too late like the fire under our asses! Now, the enemy's already down. That LR SSC is really stumping us.
Locked on! I'm right back. No more than filthy rags. I'm sick of seeing them pop up everywhere I look.
Missile away.
Roger. Mark will secure. The European big shot cleared the way.
I know the deal.
HQ! We're falling back! We don't stand a chance against their air support! Hold your ground.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading for 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger.
Anti-air gun eliminated.
area is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
Let's go. Mushin.
Roger. Caution. Missile.
Missile, evade!
Missile. Missile.
Would it help their aim if I stood still?
Caution. Caution. Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile away. Target is hit.
Missile.
Keep sending the enemy forces to their watery graves.
3 strikes is overhead. Lady Luck's now on our side.
He's gonna lock.
Caution.
Strider 4, evade!
Missile confirmed sunk.
Strider 1 destroyed target. We've lost 30% of our fleet. It's going to be difficult to complete our mission given the circumstances.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Dropping down will only give them a chance.
Everyone's requesting backup. I'll take forever to get here.
Let's put the strikes back with everything they got. The enemy doesn't have much in the way of proper ships. We should try changing up our attack strategy.
Target obliterated. That's a hit.
Thanks to our air support, victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into shark bait.
Target hit. Missile inbound, missile inbound.
Use GPS to locate allies. Steer clear of the sunken allied ships. Just how many did we lose?
Damn it, 3 strikes is back.
Strider 1, locked on target.
What do you mean retreat? The enemy has sealed off the harbor, preventing us from landing.
You guys ever talk about anything other than 3 strikes?
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take them out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them.
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Roger that.
Victory is so close I can almost taste it.
That area's all yours, Strider. We'll back up 1 squadron at the Silver Bridge.
So fine.
Missile.
Strider 1, break that lock.
Target eliminated.
Missile. Missile.
You really think that missile was gonna hit anything?
AA gun confirmed destroyed. Fox 2.
Missile. 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 Missile.
The missile got through our ATM. Shoot it.
It's in machine gun range.
It's easy to face an enemy on the verge of defeat. Let's finish things up. Enemy's gonna lock.
Missile.
It's just too many of them!
Missile in the air. Evading.
We'll have our forces neutralized!
Strider 1.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet. Just a little further than the bridge from the yard. Don't stop!
Our tanks and combat vehicles are knocked out. They've mostly fallen to the enemy's air support. They got a lock on you, Strider 1.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Break through the enemy lines and make your way to the headquarters. Show them how Ostia fights this battle. 4. Bracketing is complete. Fire for effect. Roger. Firing again. As in, LA 237. Prepare to volley. Fire.
Strata 1, target acquired. Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through. Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
And impact. Close air support. Tucker 2-4. Go easy on our eardrums next time. Thanks for the fire support.
Okay, Commander, down!
Enemy vessel destroyed.
Get your pal.
Caution, pull up. Caution, pull up. Caution, caution. Caution,
I don't like the look of things. They're relentless.
If they take our headquarters, we're finished. It's no use.
missile,
3 minutes remaining.
missile,
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy.
missile.
Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down, then move on to the next. Target acquired.
Missile. Ammunition
Target obliterated.
zero.
This is Base 1. Levante reconstruction part is under our control. Now, on to the enemy headquarters. Hey, those are our planes. Give them a wave.
Missile.
You did really well out there. This is sure to bring an end to the war. You'll eat heroes.
Don't know what medals they've got. But if you want one, come back in one piece.
H2, powerful AA defense system in the AO. Coordinates Tango 28, Lima 39.
Grab for me. We need cover.
2 minutes remaining.
Reduce altitude. Line between the buildings. Enemy ranks are crumbling. Attack their right flank. This is our chance.
Star warning.
Take it off. Get out of there.
Target acquired.
Time for attack.
Special delivery.
Spider 3, Fox 2.
Don't let down your guard. The enemy will fight to the very end.
Push it! Check your 6!
Why didn't that hit?
Bandit in my sight. My God.
1 minute remaining.
Strata 1, hostile on your 6.
Fatigue is starting to set in. Maintain your composure. We're almost through this. Our victory is here. Fighting. This one after me. Blinking.
Bandit has a lock.
Missile.
3 seconds remaining.
Not tap on men. What about the reinforcements? I'm on his rear.
They must be exhausted after what they did. So let's hurry up and finish the job.
Fox 2.
The enemy is showing signs of fatigue. Feel the final blow.
Target locked.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? 'Cause I'm buying.
Roger that.
Man, don't jinx us. You're right. Two bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. Rex.
SSG. We have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The two leaders are at different levels, but don't underestimate the rest of them either. Mission proved to be fun. It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Locked on.
Locked on. Even the escorts are seasoned.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Zone 5 is hit. Sorry, I gotta bail out. Hostile gunning for you. Think that'd miss.
Fox 2.
Don't get too far ahead.
Hostile behind you.
Mr. X is eating through the Ocean forces.
No. Who are these guys?
Enemy has a lock on me.
I'm hit!
Enemy has a lock. Stay focused. We've still got a monster sight.
Skull warning.
Damn. Those lackeys fly like champions.
I've got you.
I think we stopped soon after. That's the last we heard from them.
Not long until our forces are routed. Strider 4, Fox 2. Evaded.
Wow, I'm sure he's human.
Time for a quick hit and run.
Call in our air support ASAP. Yeah, I'm talking about them.
Cyclops, Strider, stop Mr. X.
See where your plane is headed. Eject. Forgive me. Good luck.
Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject.
Strider 4, Fox 2. Taking out one by one. Cyclops 3 is bailed out safe. Don't worry. He's gonna make it. Listen, Trigger. Real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X.
What?
All right, he grabbed the bait. Time to take him for a ride.
Fox 2.
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Waiting for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger. My boys will let you have it.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared. They're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Bandit.
Caution. Pull up.
Wiseman, watch your tail!
Pull up.
Target acquired. Target is in machine gun range. Hold up. My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Makes my blood run cold to even think if he came up on my 6.
Shit!
He's refusing to fire. He wants a sure shot. Not too bad. I've got his attention. Just wait for your chance.
It's fine.
That's the spirit. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Wasn't a bad pilot.
Wiseman, missile closing!
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops 1 is down.
Eject already, Wiseman!
I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded.
Wiseman, stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2. You're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. The duty is yours.
Find an opening.
Caution. Pull up.
Shaking bandit.
Missile away.
Damn, I want to go to Trigger's aid, but I can't keep up.
Roger, enemy has a lock on you.
Enemy has a lock on me.
Missile hit.
Good job. All right.
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can. My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My HUD is
Damn it.
glitching out.
What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Farbanti's now under Osean control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. ID'd as Osean Forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country?
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
Locked on, Bandit.
Strider 1, target destroyed. AA gun confirmed destroyed. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
They're not ruined for ideals. The point is they're living. That's the two links this country.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Longcaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. Move us for our way home.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
Fighting with the drones is what got us into this mess.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Whistle away.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Wait. General managed to convince us.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward! Breaking! Breaking!
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
Strider 3, Fox 2.
They took a bite out of me. Breaking!
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a clean war.
Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Longcaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Get him out of your sight.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. Here comes the traitor, Lafarge. This is a wide net they've cast.
right places.
Caution. Pull up.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Caution. Pull up.
Vehicle eliminated.
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us.
Stall warning. Caution.
That plane's starting to rise up.
Fox 2.
Houston to Leos 1. Friendly fellow in front. Patriot about duty is calling. Nice work, Leos 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Caution.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Stall warning.
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. We got a bad feeling.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Bandit has a lock.
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere.
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back!
Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
Cameron's fall has led to another power struggle within the Norwegian military. It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Radio? You have one? You're covering it? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
An armored vehicle's behind us. Vehicles by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Code Waypoint.
We're taking fire! Take care of them! We're taking fire! We can't hold off! Thanks. General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talks. Watch over the future. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on them from allies.
Hostile eliminated. That's the way to do it.
Target at gun range.
Friendly aircraft on!
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology only brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe this is responsible for Harley's assassination. Talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Locked on bandit. In gun range.
Radicals were so busy developing UAVs that you forgot to develop real pilots. You are a disgrace.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
It's Erusian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Target destroyed.
Traitors who are trying to overthrow the system.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for a better time.
How'd you last, Longcaster? We've agreed and we're here to help.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Welcome. All aircraft are prohibited from taking off.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Driver waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others. Understood.
The Radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
Strider 1, Box 2.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
We turn to in this darkest hour. We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck.
Star warning.
Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell's going on?
Stay sharp. Uh-huh. Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed the bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Wait, something is before big shots to you. I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Mine.
Shit.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Let's look.
They're in my way.
Rico 5, evading missile.
Missile hit.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Osean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Missile.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99's launch. Our commands are overridden.
Being on
You
you.
must be accessing it remotely. Shield is behind this.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies.
Inbound.
Missile.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Missile away.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile.
Hostile confirmed destroyed.
Locked on bandit.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
5 bandits remaining.
On my target, Mateo.
Missile.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Missile.
4 bandits left.
Missile.
Enough to be really functional.
Missile.
There has to be a time when it should not function. But when? They are after the data, aren't they?
Strider 1, target eliminated.
3 bandits to go.
I'm on my target's tail.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. Strider 1, target acquired. 1 bandit to go. Strider 1, missile launched.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we've lifted it and... Listen! I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting it.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Ocean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio.
It still works! I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger.
Got a positive ID.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Our air support is here.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We're waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
We're under attack!
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together!
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running! There's more over here. The bodies of those part of the fight. Dad, they're all lined up.
Just delay their advance.
No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't wearing shoes. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! Guess what happened here? I really don't want to see it. Get faster. It's a blatant war crime! Take photos for evidence. I just got the photograph. We'll have that date. The men say that one was children in proper burial.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
Don't get too deep. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Lure them away from the masked driver. We are in the middle of a mission to take back the masked driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible. Where are they, Luke? We don't even know where we are.
Our guys even took out the enemy air support. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Allied retreat looks good. ID complete. This'll hit.
Go with us! Can you see the enemy APC from there?
3 strikes in the sky.
Strata 1, target acquired.
You hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Do not fire on unidentified targets. You're risking friendly fire.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
Missile.
In gun range.
Missile.
Get in the landing craft!
Commander's down!
Many thanks, Longcaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Delta. Enemy position! Shooting fire to the number on my hearing!
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, you've identified the unknown targets.
We did it! We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We can't afford to... We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Try to save your ass. Lure them in and then fire at once. An explosion! Ignite! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Arussia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ship. Don't fight with your back to the supply ship! Give me tape, we're done for!
Strider 1, you've identified the unknown targets.
Attack missed!
Get out of here, hurry! If you let them through, we're as good as dead! Okay, but will we make it in time?
The landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other!
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out. Wait. Multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you.
Missile.
Should be fired.
Strider Squadron, we're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
There's no way there are. Almost there. Commence Operation No Return.
If that had been our fighter, we might have made it.
Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Don't face them one-on-one. Work together to take them down.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
Locked on target.
Target locked.
Our air support is taken out.
Enemy on your back. You're mine now.
Missile.
Launch control, this is Flight Raider. All systems ready. We are ready for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is the last chance for Operation Launch control. Roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Wait a minute. I think he's flying this one.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
I'm on my target's tail.
Missile.
Target locked.
Missile.
Careful, the kids are good. They're starting to fire blindly at us. They're getting desperate.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile.
That's right, with such skill and precision. Don't tell me the Southeast is
I've got you.
Hey, you! Dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me?
Missile.
I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Missile.
The scrap queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
Missile.
That voice. So you're still breathing. You're killed.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
Here's a bit of intel for you. Share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
Missile.
That's right.
Missile. Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Missile.
Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
Missile.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Missile.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would you?
Use the snow canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired. Missile away.
Missile. Missile.
Nice job! The enemy tanks are killed. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Pull up. Pull up.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Russian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Caution.
Releasing
Pull
safety.
up. Caution.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal Bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal Bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it.
Missile.
All aircraft,
Missile.
remain on high alert. We got
Missile.
bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about them for
Missile.
now. Focus on destroying that
Missile.
supply ship first.
We're
Missile.
sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
Missile.
That's a confirmed direct hit by the missile. Keep it up. Bring down those supply ships. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.